Hi, my name is Brad Deane. I'm the Senior Manager of Film Programs at TIFF Bell Lightbox, and we're here to take a look at a short sequence from Wim Wenders' Wings of Desire. We begin the sequence here with American actor Peter Falk. He's walking through Berlin. In the background, you'll notice the ruins of an old train station. 2 weeks into the shooting of Wings of Desire, Wim Wenders and his assistant director, Claire Deane, determined that the film was a bit heavy and they needed to lighten it a bit. They wanted to provide a point of access for the audience, and who better than the very likable Peter Falk, who at the time was a huge television star playing a detective on the series Columbo. Falk was someone who was easily recognized by anyone at the time, including in Germany, and you can see here a little inside joke of how often he was recognized while they were shooting in the streets. So Wenders and Deane called Falk and they pitched him the film. Falk replied, "So you want me to play an ex-angel in a film that has no real script, so I have to get on a plane right now and fly to Berlin and start shooting? Well, this is crazy, but I'll do it." The use of Falk illustrates one of the common themes in Wenders' work, which has been the influence of American culture, and more specifically the influence of American culture on Germany in post-World War II. In one of Wenders' earlier films, Kings of the Road, he even has a character say, "The Yankees have colonized our subconscious." Wenders' interest in America went so far that he would even leave Germany in the late 70s to go make films in America. While his previous film was an essay film shot in Japan called Tokyo Ga, before that he'd made his most successful film, Paris, Texas, which had won him the Palme d'Or in Cannes and was shot in the American Southwest with an American cast and was a huge hit all over the world. Wenders had been away from Germany for the past 8 years living in the US, but he decided to return to Berlin and he wanted to make Wings of Desire, and he wanted to make it in large part to rediscover the city. The film is a really wonderful portrait of Berlin at the time, and it falls into the great tradition of city symphony films. If we look at the city of Berlin, we see that it's one of the most significant cities in the 20th century. It was the seat of the Third Reich during World War II. Then it became the most explicit symbol for the Cold War when the Berlin Wall was constructed in 1961, dividing both the city and the world in half, the East and the West. Then in 1989, only 2 years after the filming of Wings of Desire, the fall of the Berlin Wall becomes a symbol for freedom and the victory for democracy. But Wenders is very interested in portraying the city's troubled past. He films the ruins to show a city haunted by its own history, and the film shows the wall very prominently throughout to emphasize a city torn in half.
I wish you could talk to me, 'cause I'm a friend.
Coming here, you're going to see a bunker in the background with some graffiti on it that reads, "Whoever builds these bunkers is willing to throw bombs." Again, Wenders invokes the violent history of the city while at the same time questioning where it stood at the time they made the film. And here we see what I think is really one of the most beautiful shots in the film as the camera carefully glides over the Berlin Wall into no man's land. Of course, they couldn't actually shoot the film near the real wall, or they might have been shot themselves, but they constructed a fake wall for this very important scene where the angel Damiel, as we see here, meets his angel friend Cassiel to express his desire to become human.
Ich werde in den Fluss steigen. Alter menschlicher Spruch, oft gehört, den ich...
There's such beautiful camera work here in this sequence, and the film was shot by a French cinematographer, Henri Alecant, who was around 80 years old at the time of the filming. Alecant comes from a classic tradition of French filmmaking, and he's probably best known for shooting Jean Cocteau's Beauty and the Beast, widely considered one of the most beautiful black and white films ever shot.
Zuerst werde ich ein Bad nehmen.
This film was actually shot with one filter that Alecant had made in the 1930s using the silk stocking of his grandmother, and I think it provides a really beautiful, soft quality to the image and lends a certain timelessness to the film. Wenders very specifically chose to shoot this film in black and white because he believed black and white captured the essence of things, and he wanted the audience to see what the angels see. With black and white, there's more of an emphasis on form, whereas when we see things in color, they become much more complicated, and it's not always easy to see or understand how we feel.
Auf der Straße wird ein Dienstwagen vor mir halten und der Bürgermeister wird mich ein Stück mitnehmen. Jedem werde ich bekannt vorkommen und niemandem verdächtig. Kein Wort werde ich sprechen und jede Sprache verstehen. Das wird mein erster Tag sein.
This pivotal scene, set literally in no man's land, so gracefully takes us through Damiel's transformation from angel to human, a conversion from black and white to color to illustrate one of Wenders' other main themes in his work, the idea of searching for oneself. Wenders has credited the classic Western by John Ford, The Searchers, as a major influence. He said, "Sometimes I think that's my main topic. It's searchers. It's people who are searching, trying to define what they live for, trying to find the meaning of their lives, trying to find their role in life, looking for love. Searching, searching, searching.
Und sie wird mich in den Arm nehmen.
The angels in the film see no boundaries as they traverse the city, even crossing through walls, as we see here. Wenders uses the divided city of Berlin to show us that borders are our own human constructs. They only get in the way of the similar quest we all share. What does it mean to feel joy? To feel pain? What does it mean to be human?